Man, fuck that, Troy. I'm out. God damn it. You're not the fucking man. I mean, I didn't marry enough pussy.
I owe him.
I don't give a fuck.
I owe him.
Get him his shit then.
I'm
You
going
understand?
to.
Yo, thanks for logging in to the Mr. Show, packed show today. Pastor says he fill him up with holy milk. A tragedy though on a girls trip, another one, a different one. Huh? And also, shout out to my Dominicans and my Latino people. We got some information to give you from the Africans. There's something about Florida. Something out there in Florida, something's going on that we don't like. The little people, all kind of stuff. It's a review video. It's the Mr. Show. Let's get into it.
Man, fuck that, Troy. I'm out. God damn it. You're not the fucking man. I mean, I didn't marry enough pussy.
I owe him.
I don't give a fuck.
I owe him.
Get him his shit then.
I'm
You
going
understand
to.
that? And let a motherfucker beat your ass.
People don't like me because I say the word midget. I got protested at one of my shows.
Only in Jamaica.
22 little people showed up with the picket signs. They weren't picket signs, they were 3x5 cards. But they were there. And here's the craziest thing. They walked up to me and they said, Brad, when you call a dwarf a midget, it's the exact same as calling a black person the N-word. And I was like, midget, please.
Okay, let's keep it real here. Look at this on the screen. Representing Cambodia. Sorry. She's from Cambodia. And it's a beauty pageant. Let's get the information here. Let's go.
Cambodia when she was
We must remain
11.
focused.
Her entire family immigrated to the U.S. 20 years later, she entered her first pageant and made history as she became the first in all of these categories. Asian American woman, Cambodian immigrant, trans woman, military spouse, and a woman over the traditional age of 28 to win the title of Miss Maryland USA. It's Maryland!
She broke all the rules. I mean, like, this lady, she's even at the wall, bro. She's even at the wall. We must remain focused, boys. Let's go.
Her entire family immigrated to the U.S. 20 years later, she entered her first pageant and made history as she became the first in all of these categories. Asian American woman, Cambodian immigrant, trans woman, military spouse, and a woman over the traditional age of 28 to win the title of Miss Maryland USA. It's Maryland!
A man is in a relationship for love. If he in a real, what is he in a relationship for?
You tell us that. That's a good question. What do you think men is in relationship?
Love.
Y'all say
All right, so when a man tells you what he's in the relationship for, I suggest you listen.
no.
What else?
no.
What am I getting besides somebody saying they love me?
So you think men is,
What am I here for if all I'm getting is what you're saying you're giving me?
which is the love.
What am I getting? So what am I here for? You name it.
It gotta be love because there's nothing else that's coming
Thank
from
you.
it. I don't believe that though.
That's the part about it.
I don't believe that.
That's the part about what else am I getting?
That's a fact, but I don't believe that.
When they say that, it kills me. That's some facts. It's actual facts, real talk. I believe you. You know what? For real, I'm convinced. But I just don't believe it.
Kick it.
It is diabolical, yo. Let's go.
Nothing else that's coming
Thank
from it.
you.
I don't believe that though.
That's the part about it.
I don't believe that.
That's the part about what else am I getting?
That's a fact, but I don't believe that. But that is a fact.
That's the part about being delusional as a woman.
Yeah, you're right. Because you're not really getting nothing else. And
Thank you, yo. She's finishing the sentences because she realized that she sounds crazy. She sounds nuts.
Ain't it?
it gotta be love because there's nothing else that's coming from
Thank
it.
you.
I don't believe that though.
That's the part about it.
I don't believe it.
That's the up part about what else am I getting?
That's a fact, but I don't believe that. But that is a fact.
That's the part about being delusional as a woman.
Yeah, you're right. Because you're not really getting nothing else. And if a man is really there, it's gotta be because he loves you.
Thank you.
Because he don't gotta be there.
That's why I say men love unconditionally, women love conditionally.
That's a fact.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I ain't getting else.
Do you feel like that's what it is for men in general?
I deal with you because I love you. Nothing else. What else? The man is in a
59-year-old pastor was arrested after convincing his church members that God gave him reproductive organs that contain holy milk.
People, stop giving your money to these churches. Stop making the churches make you look like a fool. Just stay away. Yeah, Granny once did say, nearer to church, further from God, but she was a religious woman, so I know that she didn't say that to make me hear. You understand? I heard her say it somewhere. Oh boy, Pastor.
Kick it. One of his followers said, he told us that the only way we could receive the holy milk is through our mouth. And I thought it was strange at first, but he gave us his word that he was telling the truth and that the Lord anointed him with a Holy Spirit and holy milk. And it was his mission to go throughout the world, healing people. He would say, get on your knees and perform until you're showered with the gift of the Holy Spirit. And if you were someone with a local business, he would say, rub my holy milk in your face to increase your business sales. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with having somebody preach the Bible to you. But at some point, you gotta get an understanding for yourself what that Bible is saying. You ain't never heard of Jesus or the 12 disciples he was out there walking around with tell anybody to get on their knees and suck the holy milk out of them. So why are you doing that?
Yeah, would you please bring your dish forwards?
Here you go.
Okay. Gone to the UK right now. Jamaican dish, rice and peas. It actually has green peas. Okay, we're gonna have to take this one in. All right, let's go.
Please bring your dish forwards.
Here you go.
Wow, look at that.
I've got rice and peas there with a lime on top. And then I've got plantain with chicken and onions in a jerk sauce.
Incredible.
Oh.
It's got a bad cough. You've got the right idea with the sauce. It's just so strong.
Yeah.
But it's really hot. Are you alright?
Oh my God.
Kick it.
Yo, the guy's sweating. The other British guy's so nice about things, he couldn't even diss her properly, bro. But I got to play that one again. Oh my goodness.
Forwards.
Here you go.
Wow, look at that.
I've got rice and peas there with a lime on top. And then I've got plantain with chicken and onions in a jerk sauce.
Incredible.
Let's go.
Oh.
It's got a bad cough. You've got the right idea with the sauce. It's just so strong.
Yeah.
But it's really hot. Are you alright?
You know, one thing I must give you, the fact that you've changed from saying plantation to plantain.
Thank you.
That
One
is-
thing I've learned today.
Oh, what? Yeah, now she's saying the plantation.
Ow.
Like last week.
Okay. having fun on the first ones, and then I see this story coming up about tragedy, and it's tragedy on a girl's trip. Three women, bro. 3 of them found unalived in a hotel in Belize. And Belize is supposed to be a safe country.
Kick it.
So let's see what happened to these ladies out in Belize. Yo, it is not funny at all. This is a really serious one, actually. Okay, people, let's go.
Like last week.
And yo, I do reviews. So if I make a title, let's say tragedy on a girl's trip at the very front of my video, you know, there's more things going on than just the tragedy on the girl's trip. So I'm never trying to do that clickbait thing. I saw somebody say that before, and I'm not trying to do clickbait, yo. I'm just, you know, I like certain videos. I like certain content creators. I put them together. I got my editor. Me and my editor, we put it together, and I put them out to y'all. You don't have to stay here if you think. You know, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, and especially not the other content creators that I get some of this content from. As you see with the side there is probably from TikTok or somewhere. I don't even know. But we collect it, we edit it, and we put it out to you. Thanks, people. Please like and subscribe.
3 young women from Revere are found dead in a hotel room in Belize. The women were on a birthday vacation when something went horribly wrong. The feelings of grief are still fresh and overwhelming for the loss of 3 lifelong friends, 23-year-old Kautar Nakad, 24-year-old Iman Mala, and 26-year-old Wafa El Arar.
It was just like a shocking death, to be honest. But we're just here to pay our respects to them.
Friends say a celebration trip for Wafa's birthday turned into a horrible tragedy when they were found dead inside their hotel resort room in Belize.
One day I was with Wafa shopping for the trip, and she was just showing me what she was buying and getting her nails done.
Police say housing staff tried to reach the friends for several days. They finally went into their room and found all 3 young women unconscious. Police say there were signs they could have overdosed, but are waiting for an autopsy and toxicology report to be done.
I was just with them like last week.
A man who is trying to teach his woman loves his woman. That's their form of love. They are natural teachers. They want to guide, they want to lead, they want to make sure that you are safe and you are mentally prepared for any enemy that is coming at you. Okay, so a lot of women are taking their criticism or taking their direction as a personal attack, when really it's their form of love. Men typically, from my experience, are analyzers. They analyze a person, especially the person they're with. They see your frame of thinking, they see where your weaknesses are, and they want to strengthen you. I'll go even further. When a man cares about a woman,
I like what she's saying. She seems young and everything, but she seems pretty in tune with what she's saying. What y'all think? How old do you think this girl is here? I'm just giving her her early 20s, but she's got some knowledge. Let's keep going.
he wants to protect her. And so knowing how vulnerable she is to potential dangers, to the enemy, to predators, to threats out in the world, he is going to analyze her critical thinking and her mind frame. And if he sees flaws in it, he sees that you are naive in certain areas, he is going to want to fix that. He's going to want to teach you. He's going to want to make you stronger, more mentally aware, so that you're not a target for dangerous people and entities in the world. Okay? That's a good man. And that's one of the deepest forms of love.
He needs some milk. Not at all. That was actually pretty good. No. That was pretty good. Let's go.
Listen, a man who is trying...
That's finna go all out on Valentine's Day for us.
All right, so this guy has a story to tell. Check this out.
This girl, I'm talking about, he finna do the whole 9, the flowers, the date, everything she ever dreamed of. Then he gonna find out a couple weeks later that she been fucking on some broke nigga with a gun.
Not gonna lie.
Does that hurt or does that not hurt? So this lady here has a confession for the internet. She has a confession that a lot of women are starting to make more and more nowadays because they realize that they do need a man in their life. And if they don't change certain ways, cat food. Buy cat food because you're going to have to be investing in cats. No man's not putting up with no BUL in 2025-26. Let's go.
I was trying to convince myself that women do not use men for money.
but y'all do. Y'all quite literally do be using men for money. And it's kind of sickening because you don't have your own money. Like, we all want men who can provide. But if said men were to exit your life, wouldn't you want to be able to provide for yourself? Or is that just too far-fetched? Somebody let me know.
Open the shipping containers.
It's a PSA, public service announcement. I've been hearing talks about shipping containers in the west coast of Canada, which is north of California, in Vancouver, British Columbia. Let's hear what's going on here. Don't want to talk too much. Let's go.
Open the shipping container.
Open the darn shipping containers, because they're saying that they got little kids in there, and I'm gonna keep it real and keep it straight. Let's go.
Or is that just too far-fetched? Somebody let me know.
Open the shipping containers. Open the shipping containers. So apparently in Crab Park in Vancouver, there was a woman that was screaming that she had heard, she was going up and down the neighborhood, telling them she heard voices from the shipping containers at the port. And I found it really interesting because, you know, I go to Google and I research the news, but when you research Crab Park in Vancouver, all it talks about is ejecting the homeless population. So it's a diversion. But these videos have become really, really prevalent over the last 12 hours. If you search the hashtag, there are a lot of videos, but maybe things are coming really, really close. Who knows? Let me know what y'all think about it.
Taino origin. Now where they truly differ from Cubans and Puerto Ricans is that they possess 42% of South Saharan African ancestry.
All right, so there's a lot of talk on the internet about Dominicans and what's going on with the Latinas. Not trying to disrespect, I don't know how to say it, to South America, Central America people. But, you know, I just want to say to everybody, and we all know this, yo, we all African, bro. We all African, so you cannot deny your blackness even if you have a lot of otherness within you. So my Dominican friends, welcome to the blackness. Hey, the ones who deny it, man, welcome to blackness, yo. Let's go.
Taino origin. Now where they truly differ from Cubans and Puerto Ricans is that they possess 42% of South Saharan African ancestry, which is double that of Puerto Ricans and is the highest average out of all Hispanic countries. However, at 50%, their European ancestry is still major and by itself is the largest ancestral component. Please keep in mind that these results are the average and individuals can vary. So while some people mock Dominicans for claiming to be mixed rather than solely black, it should be noted that they have almost equal proportions of European and African ancestry.
All right, that is fine. But if you know about the 1% rule, and to know that you have like 40 to 50% of black in you, welcome, my brother, welcome. You guys should also find out, all my Latina friends, which part of Africa, which country of Africa you come from. Like I'm a born Jamaican, so we know we're coming from West Africa most likely, right? Senegal, you know, Igbo tribe. We talk about Nigeria. We talking about Ghana. We talking about Cameroon. We talking about, what's the French one? Sierra Leone. Right? I'm hearing Mozambique. I'm hearing Zaire. I'm hearing everywhere. Jamaicans around the world. And me being a black man, even like I said, if it was like 5% of blackness, kick it, then I am what I am. And I'm proud of it. So Dominicans, if you see, especially if you're my complexion, like you're black, B. You're black. You is El Negro.
And is the highest average out of all Hispanic countries. However, at 50%, their European ancestry is still major and by itself is the largest ancestral component. Please keep in mind that these results are the average and individuals can vary. So while some people mock Dominicans for claiming to be mixed rather than solely black, it should be noted that they have almost equal
you can be mixed, but you black.
Proportions of European and African ancestry. On average have 25% less South Saharan ancestry than African Americans. and 40% less than Haitians. So to put it in perspective, Dominicans are the most African out of Latinos and
Kick it, kick it, kick it, kick it.
are nearly half African in their ancestry, but they still have more European descent than African Americans and Haitians. Interestingly enough, remains of Dominicans from 16th century shows that their makeup was more similar to Cubans back then.
I just wanted to address
What's going on down in Florida? I don't know if it's Latin America. Is that the right title? Come on.
this comment.
Let's go.
In no way I am like negating what this person commented, because historically Miami has been racist. Like, let's talk about how on South Beach, Black entertainers couldn't even stay in the hotels, like Fontainebleau. Black people could not stay in those hotels. They would have to cross over the bridge and stay in like Overtown or whatever. So yeah, Miami has historically been racist. Yes. I can only speak from my experience of living in Miami. I've been in South Florida 7 years, but I lived in Miami for 4 of those 7 years. And I personally have not experienced any racism. Now, it's not to say that it's not there, but Miami is also truly neighborhood-wise, it's divided. You know, depending on what neighborhood you live, you will only see certain type of people, and that's just how it is here. I used to live downtown Miami, and in my experience, and I used to live and work in downtown Miami, so I would walk to work and walk home from work. And the only Black people that I would see besides myself would be the doormen that would greet me when I left my building. People think Miami is so diverse. It is. It's diverse, but like I said, it's very segregated. So when I first came to Miami in 2009, I stayed in South Beach because I didn't know any better. And, you know, that's where everyone goes. And you saw a lot of Black people there. You saw a lot of Black people on South Beach. But you have to realize that majority of those people on South Beach are tourists and they don't live in Miami. So when I lived in downtown Miami and I was like, yo, where the Black people at? Like, I'm asking, like, where Black people at? They're not there. They're not there in like downtown. They're not there in like the Brickell area, Coral Gables. Like, it's very few of us. Now, I don't live in that area anymore. The area that I decided to reside in Miami is more of a mixed community, and I'm not the only Black person. And even when I go out to dine or establishments, I try to support just Black-owned businesses because the service is usually 100 times better. They understand me and they give me great service. So Miami can be hella racist. So I encourage everyone to support Black-owned businesses. When you visit Miami, when you come here and you live here or you're visiting, look up Black establishments to support and spend your dollars there. Okay, that's all I had to say.
Thanks for logging in to Mr. Show. I Red Pill.